Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining the second live. I'm joined by a whole bunch of YouTubers that you may be familiar with already. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but before I do, my name's Key. I run the YouTube channel called keyKEYadventures. I talk about my challenges, the mistakes, and just my general travel adventures that I'm able to do utilizing credit card points and miles. So excited to have everybody here. We all have such different backgrounds, and without further ado, let's pull somebody in. Who do we got here? Let's go on, CJ.
Listen, I was just saying, I hope she doesn't pull me in first. What typically happens, throughout my entire life, I'm usually the one who gets picked on first.
I
And
love
here
it.
it goes. I'm like, oh, I hope she doesn't pick me first. Hey, everybody, CJ here. My channel name is CJ. So if you've been watching me, I'm here. Currently uploading some interesting, somewhat edgy, somewhat edgy content, but I'm here to bring a little bit of a different perspective to the credit card game, bringing a little bit of a side that isn't talked about too much. So excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Key. Wait, I can't hear you. What happened?
Thank you. I look forward to chatting a little bit more with you, CJ, and I want to hear about some of this edgy content because I love it. I love your content. So let's figure that out in a minute. Let's pull up the next person who we have here is Jackie. What's going on, girl?
Hi guys, I'm Jackie. I live in Miami and I love talking about everything with credit, but I also love helping people understand how to fill out credit applications and the do's and the don'ts so they don't have any hiccups because I've worked for 23 years getting my patients funded for dental work. So I know the back part of it. So anything that I can bring, and I'm here for you guys. Any questions?
Very cool. And Jackie, what's the name of your channel?
I have two channels. I have Credit Connect in English, and then in Spanish, I have Conecto de Crédito.
Love it. I love it. Be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel, CJ, Jackie's. But without further ado, who we got next?
Hey, what's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. I'm just honored to be up here with everybody. I know I look a little different. My setup is different, no glasses, but I'm honored to be up here and talk whatever we're going to talk about, whether it's credit cards or credit scores. So salute to you, Key, for the invite.
Thank you so much. And yeah, honestly, when I saw you, I was like, where's that hat? I was like, who is this? So good to see you. Good to have you. And pick up Dell's book too. Pick up his book.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Up next.
Yo, it's your best friend's best friend. But before we get into all that, hi, I'm Lonnie. My channel is Call Me Lonnie. I talk about travel strategy via credit card rewards. Unlike Nell, I did remember my glasses today. But other than that, this is my first live with Key. So I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Lovely, lovely. So happy to have you. So happy to have you. And we have one more. Let's see who else we got here.
Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto with you live from the Credit Card Connection Studios in Hackensack, New Jersey. Key, it is a pleasure. I'm here with all of you. I'm so excited for this. First of all, I got to say, CJ, fly as ever. Those glasses, that look, papi, Dios mío. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm not used to. Where's the sofa behind you and the hat and the glasses? And right. I need your rules. Where are your rules if you're here on my channel?
Right.
And Lonnie, I got to cut on you, Lonnie, because Anthony does a good impression of you. He does a little bit of a wave when he talks like you. So Anthony Venture loves you, Lonnie. And Jackie, it is a pleasure finally, Mama, to have you here because I know the last live you were on, I couldn't be on.
Thank you.
Excited and thrilled to have you here. Key and I just had an hour and something before, and we had a blast. This is going to be a blast. So thank you.
100%. 100%. So it seems like we all talk about credit scores and just educating people on the right way, hopefully, right? I love that you guys are always talking about the right way. What can we kind of expect going forward for your channels? Maybe I'll start with Call Me Lonnie on this one. Any upcoming videos, anything coming up?
Oh yeah, I actually had a busy day. I just recorded 2 more videos in one day. So for my fellow creators in this live, know how hard that is. Um, but the reason why I did it is because, well, Joe knows this better than anyone. I am on a just like a back-to-back travel streak right now. I literally come home to pack, do my laundry, unpack one bag, and repack another. Literally, like over here in the corner, you can see my orange bag is ready for the next 24 hours. Um, but to answer your second question first, so I already have my next video ready. It will be coming out next week. I might drop it for my members later today. So if you're not a channel member, feel free to subscribe to my channel membership. You'll get an early access to it. But I want to take a slightly different approach than what I've done for the first year. So I just passed my first year as a YouTube creator at the end of September. So it's been almost 13 months, I should say. And I've done a lot of travel strategy, but there's still aspects within the travel strategy world that I have not touched yet. You might have seen me dabble around on some of these trips, drop, like a hotel room tour video. But I want to talk about not just accumulating the points and rewards and the currencies to be able to take the trips, but also how do you accumulate some of that back when you're actually on said trips? And I think that's a huge part that not a lot of us talk about. And to be completely honest, you might spend 50, 60, 70,000 points on one trip, but can you get 20, 30, 40,000 of those points back while on said trip? And so you'll start seeing the next layer, phase 2 of my travel strategy channel take off really soon.
I
Nice.
love it. I love it. Yeah. Count me in. I'll be watching. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Nell, what do you got going on? What can we expect in the future, short-term future here?
Hey, this Sunday,
Okay.
got my boy Joe Barretto. We
I
gonna do it
can't
Sunday,
wait.
7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. So I got Joe Barretto Sunday, 7 p.m. Key. I got Key coming up. I'm gonna get the rest of you on there as well. I got Key coming up on November 3rd. I just recently did a video review of the Amex Centurion Lounge in Atlanta, so check that out when you get a chance. But as far as in the future, as far as the channel go, I'm just continue to, educate people. That's my main thing. Just want to educate people, and hopefully I get some more airport lounge reviews in. But that's pretty much it, basically.
Okay. Let me know. I love walking to the lounge. I know Lonnie makes fun of me. I'll walk 30 minutes to get to a lounge any day. So let me know.
I give it 30 steps. If I ain't there in 30 steps, I ain't going.
Definitely. CJ, didn't want to call on you first, but you're up.
I appreciate you. All right, what do I have going? Excuse me, Lord. What do I have going on? Well, number one, I've been a little bit more edgy with my content. The last video I uploaded, I think I had like 7 different points in that video or something like that. I don't even remember exactly. But one point I talked about in that video was the credit card game can be addicted. And so many people resonated with that point. So that was very interesting. It became into like a credit card anonymous meeting in the comment section. And I'm like, oh, this is just one point. I didn't realize people would have resonated with that so much. But I've been a little bit challenging some of the ideas a little bit that's going on. A video that I am very proud of that I just switched the title a little bit was calling out the credit card ladder, climbing the credit card ladder, because I think it makes no sense unless you're just using it for the base level. And I'm kind of just taking that turn. That's where I'm at with my content. But coming up on Sunday is going to be a little bit different. I'm talking about getting another credit card. I'm getting a new one because, yes, I am a little bit addicted to the credit card game. So I got to get that new welcome offer. So not as addicted as you, but it will have a little bit of an annual fee. That's a little bit of a hint. So make sure you tune in if you want to see what credit card I hope I get. I'm supposed to be recording the video after this. I may be a little bit too tired, but I haven't applied yet. So fingers crossed that I'll get it.
Thank you for making the time for us, CJ, and definitely looking forward to see what card you're applying for, and hopefully you get if you haven't already gotten it. So thank you. Joe, what do you got?
All right. Well, CJ, I love when you do your apply videos, and because when Those denials you make are the funniest ones out there. I swear to God, your face is just priceless. I can't. Well, before I even say what I'm going to do on my channel, I just realize on this screen, everybody here goes about it differently. And I love that because I tell, my friends now that we become friends that are subscribers and people that always comment, if it's something with FICO and your credit score, I'm going to throw them to Nell. I kid you not. Lonnie has become my United savant. Like even last night, people were asking me stuff on United. CJ and his, I swear to this day, his rose gold, love that he has. And just the way CJ goes about it, you get to the serious points, but like in a really back way, like it's just amazing how you're able to spin it, and your editing is next level. You and Lonnie here, forget it. Jackie, on the low, I was ninja watching, as some people say it's called. Sledge told me to go to check your channel out a couple of months ago, and I love how you do them in English and Spanish, and I give you credit because I started doing that, and I kind of stopped off on the Spanish part because YouTube was killing me on the algorithm. It was just brutal. So I have a second channel, but haven't posted yet on it because I do have on my regular channel a lot of Spanish videos I did, but it's hard to do them back to back in English and Spanish. Your Spanish is fluent. I have to think in English and then translate it in my head in Spanish, and it doesn't always resonate the same way, But as the old guy in this space, as I've been told, at 58, I'll take that title. What the hell, right? I love the different points of view. And if anything, and Nell, I wish you were there, and CJ and Jackie, we didn't know you at that point, really. In NOLA, I learned, and Sledge and Chad were the ones that really pushed me to that you could see the young people's perspective, the people in their 20s and 30s, and how they're going about certain things, and how it's so different from where I'm at my point. And that's what I'm trying to hit on my channel now. I have people that tell me, yo, you're going to do an AARP card? Credit card? I said, I'm too vain to apply for that. You ain't getting that from me. No, I'm not going out like that. But I like to make videos on stuff that people have questions about. Like even last night, we had a question and I posted on the community tab, and maybe you guys can help me with this. Somebody asked me, if you apply for the Amex Business Platinum, can you get the points for Business Gold? All last night on the comments, I got yes, no, yes, no. I go on their website, yes, no. I contacted them and I posted the screenshot on the community tab from the chat where the lady goes, it depends. So, even the customer service rep at the Platinum didn't know. So it's things like that that kind of piqued my interest, because we can't all talk about the same thing the same way. It would be boring and then we wouldn't exist. So I kind of like to hit different topics that people bring up in the chat. So thank you for having me here, Key.
Yes.
All right. Joe, thank you for that. Jackie, what can we expect from you? And then if anyone has any open topics, let's talk about it after that.
So I want to piggyback on what Joe said. Just so you know, Joe, my Spanish is a slang Spanish. I have the Miami accent, but I was born in California. I think in English, and it's very hard for me to translate it in Spanish. I started the YouTube in Spanish because I thought that in English, there was not going to be a space for me. But guess what? Like you said, we all have something different and there's an audience for everybody. So even in Spanish, I'm saying things that I'm doing a translation that it's not a real translation. But guess what? People are so grateful, Joe, that I would tell you, say it however it comes out. I'm sure that I'm saying whatever, but people love it because you know what? Unfortunately, the Spanish community is not very, educated when it comes to credit. Okay. That's one. Then when I started doing my English channel, I saw that my channel was getting traction and there is an audience for me. So I think everybody, like you said, we cannot all say it the same way because then we become boring. We all have our different ways. And even in English, I'm like, I'm not polished. And sometimes I say things and I'm like, God, I didn't say that right. Or I didn't edit my video. But you know what? I come from a good intention and I'm getting the message out. My intention is to show people whatever I know, the hacks, the secrets, and for them not have to pay for it. I also have another platform which is called School, where it's a bilingual platform at this point, and I have people coming in. I'm starting to build out the classes, and you can get so much information there for free. I am going to start going live, and I would love later on when I create that to have all you guys as experts, because all you guys are going to bring something different to that community.
That's awesome.
And that is what I want to achieve from all this. Later on, I will probably separate it. I'll keep my free school, and I might have a mentorship where people can work one-on-one with me, and I can dedicate a little bit more time to them. But definitely, I see it here. I say something, Key might say something, Nell might say something, Lonnie, and what I realized from doing this chat is that I always learn from you guys, and it helps me in the future, and it helps me create other videos. So thank you, Key, for having me here in this live, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. I already met CJ, which was awesome. He lives in Florida just like me.
Yep.
And yeah, that's why we're here. We're basically here to help the community. We are minorities, and that's really where there's more need for credit. And I see it every day at my job. I work and I have, Hispanics, I have everybody. And, there's definitely so much need to educate people and educate people from school, because this is something that is not taught in middle school. It's not taught in high school, and it's not taught in colleges. So people come out, and guess what? They don't know anything about credit. And I'm going to give you an example. My daughter graduated 2 years ago from dental school. I know about credit. I always talk about credit. This is the conversation she had with me like 4 months ago. She finally, saved up money. She wanted to have her brand new car, and she called me, Mom, should I buy my car and give $40,000? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? No. We only give $40,000 when we're buying a house, because the car depreciates. And this is my daughter that I talk about credit, and I grew with credit. So there's so much need to educate, especially the young people and minorities, that, everybody's going to take something different from everybody in this panel tonight, whatever it is. And thank you for that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Don't have a question in the chat yet, so make sure to drop some questions. Real quick, what's the one card everybody's using right now? CJ, I know you might change your answer a little bit, not give anything away.
Pink.
But what's the one card, real quick? Let's just go rapid.
CJ, give all your expert on American Express. We know you have the hookups.
That's funny. Well, Key, I haven't been approved for SAD card yet. I haven't applied as yet. It's supposed to apply soon. But right now, I'm using multiple credit cards. So anytime I'm hitting the grocery store or really going to the restaurant, let me go on the restaurant side. Restaurants, I'm using my Amex Gold card, and I am currently using the white gold card. Big surprise.
Wow.
Big surprise. I know, Joe, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Coming up there, new shirts.
Say it again?
I said there's got to be new shirts. New shirts.
Oh, right, hold on. I think I do have it in my wallet. Yep. I came somewhat prepared. Hold on. I'm holding it upside down, but
I love it. I love
there
it.
it is.
I like
There
it.
she is.
All right. Anybody else using the gold card? Is that anyone else?
Yeah, I've been using the gold card.
Okay.
That's like one of my go-tos, especially food and groceries, with food and groceries being so high right now.
Yeah.
But I just want to touch off of what Jackie said real quick. You know what's kind of interesting? Like everybody on this panel right now, I probably learned more in the past 2 years about credit cards and stuff than previously before I even got on YouTube. And it's all because you all. I learned something from each one of you. So that's a big plus, to be able to just get on here and see a different perspective. Because a lot of times, I always tell people on my channel, I don't talk about cars that I don't have.
Mhm.
So I go to you all. You all have cars that I don't have. So I'm always going to go to y'all when it comes to information, especially if someone asks me. I'm not going to give them an answer if I don't have that experience with the card. So it's just a great thing, when you able to get information from everybody else. And I never stop learning, never, so I don't like that calling myself an expert. I never like people to put that title on me. I don't even put it on myself because I'm still learning. So I just want to give a salute to all of you for the information that you all put out.
Mm.
Thank you,
Thank
no.
you.
Yeah, I think we all echo that sentiment for sure.
Yeah.
If we're not learning from each other, what are we doing? So yeah, definitely echo that.
Yeah.
All right. Amex Gold, and then we got somebody else in the waiting room here. Amex Gold sounds like a couple people using Amex Gold. Jackie, what are you using? What's the one card?
Well, I use the Amex Gold, but right now I'm using. I just got another business Chase card from Chase, the Ink card. So I'm using the 12 months interest free on that.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Joe, what do you got? What do you got?
What don't I have at
No,
this
no, no.
point?
What's like if you're going right now? What are you pulling out right now?
So, that could, let me stay quiet. That was an easy.
my
That was
God.
an easy layup.
The waiting
I
room.
know, my love. So here's the thing. Behave, Lonnie. So right now, it's actually two cards that I'm actually using together, and the reason is because I don't have the Amex Gold anymore, because I couldn't really use the food side, the shopping side, right? Because they don't take it at Costco, they don't take it at Target, which is where I normally do a lot of the bulk of my supermarket shopping.
Yeah.
So I'm using the Strata Premier, which gives me the 3 times, which has been huge. And then I'll use for dining, I'll use the green card from Amex, which has been the biggest points earner. But I wanted to also mention to you guys that have the gold card, I got an email from Amex saying that they're offering to check your app and online an additional 10% back on grocery store shopping until the end of December. It's a thing you might have to add, as an offer. But look, and they're only doing it to the blue cash cards and the gold. So I looked at my personal cards, the other ones, and there's not there. So unless you have max rewards or card pointers that automatically adds the offers to your cards, Amex, you would have to physically go there and go on your app and add it. But it's 10% with no limit till the end of December.
Nice.
So now for the holidays, if you're doing supermarket, going to the grocery store, that's a slam dunk.
Okay.
That's
the hack right there. Yeah, I see.
I'm checking right now.
Bro,
Okay.
that was
we're
an
all
easy.
checking our
That's an
Amex offers. Let me bring in the man himself, Sledge Inc. team, real quick. Let him introduce himself.
Man, they already know, man. It's your boy Sledge. I'm off the screen, man. They already know it's your boy Sledge. I ain't got nothing else to say. There we go.
Thank you so much for joining.
I freaking love you. I swear to
Sled has a great voice. He has that deep voice. Like it's good for a radio station and just telling the news and stuff.
I might have to come in and stir something up.
Don't let Wendy hear that, because then she's gonna be like, "Yo, that voice is mine." All right.
Lonnie, I saw you flashing a couple cards on the screen, but I honestly can't see them. I'm so glad to have everybody. The pictures are so small on my side.
Yeah, so I do use the gold card, very similar, like Nell said. It's a grocery card. It's by far, hands down, grocery card. But actually, my new favorite catch-all card is probably the newest one in my wallet. That's my IHG Premier. The more I use it, the more every day that I spend with it, I just found another way to earn extra points per transaction with it just last night. So video coming on that one. Don't worry. But yeah, it's my new favorite catch-all card. For y'all that don't know, I'm an earner. I do the point stack. I'll get as many points as possible for every dollar that I spend, because that's the way I like to use my cards and my strategy, so I can, get my travel rewards, my little vacations and things like that. But I was very far asleep on hotel cards until this year. So this is the first hotel card that I got. I'm glad that I got it. But like I said, Freedom Unlimited is not a catch-all card. This is my new favorite catch-all card, and then I'll explain why in an upcoming video.
Ooh, cool.
I'm intrigued.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. To be continued.
So many cliffhangers. I love it. So many cliffhangers.
You can have all the tea.
The card I'm using right now hasn't been talked about yet, which is crazy. It's the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve credit card right now.
Interesting.
As you can see, I only have one card in my wallet. That's why you probably won't see me doing a what's in your wallet video. I try and keep that throughout. I just don't like the complexity of it. So I know that sounds like an oxymoron considering I have had over 80 cards in my life. So just keep it as simple. One card, use it everywhere. Don't think about it. And maybe I'll change it up soon. Who knows?
Was it hard to get, Key?
No, I've had this card since I think around the COVID time frame, and I don't remember it being any difficult to get. I didn't have to call in. I didn't have to send any paperwork in. And I don't have a U.S. Bank checking account, and I don't have I don't live in a state where it has a branch either. So I was able to get one. I know those are all rumors that you need to have. I don't have any of that.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
Which card number was it for you? Do you remember?
Ooh,
just gonna ask
if you
that.
give me a
Good question.
second, I use Travel Freely to track all my cards, so I can definitely tell you in a second.
Oh, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
She is prepared.
I tried to do their pre-approval, and they said I had too many recent account openings, which I get. I knew that was going to be the thing, but I just was wondering if that was earlier. I'm glad CJ brought that up earlier in the game, that you didn't have all those inquiries and all that velocity that you had. So,
Key, I do have a question. I've heard, I don't have a U.S. Credit card, but I've heard they give you very low limits. Was that the case with you? Did you start there? Or?
What a question. I'm just looking at my Travel Freely right now. No, I started with a $8,500 limit, which is weird. And now I'm up to 11,000. I don't know when those increases happened. And CJ, this was my 27th card that I ever got. So it definitely wasn't early on by any means out of the 87.
She was 12 when she got that card.
Right, exactly.
Did they give you a credit line increase on their own, or did you request it?
Yeah, they give it to me on my own. I typically don't ask for credit line increases, so they must have given it to me along the way.
Barclay does that. The Frontier card from Barclay has given. Well, it's not my card; it's my mother's card, but I'm on it, and it's gone up. By itself. We haven't requested a credit line increase. It's actually at $20-something thousand right now. And my mother is 87 years old. So they're very generous when it comes to that. But I do want to tell you, since we're talking about any topic, is I had that card, or I had a card from Barclays Bank in 2008, which I didn't pay. And when I applied like 6 or 7 months ago, I didn't even remember I had a Barclays card back then. I got a paper saying that I was denied, I had bad credit, or something on the credit. I was like, that's weird. When I called them, they're like, no, you in 2008 had a credit card for $10,000 and you didn't pay for it. So just so you guys know, there is a blacklist for Barclays, and I'm still on it. And it's 2024. So yeah.
Damn.
So,
Thank you for sharing that. I thought like that stuff falls off your credit report in 7 or 8 years.
It did. It did, but actually they found it. So just for the audience to know that that's definitely not a card you want to play around with any card, but because you won't get back in. If you're into the travel and you want to get like the card from the Barclay from American Airlines, you won't get it. And that's the one I was applying to.
That's
Oh,
harsh.
wow.
That's like a girlfriend that doesn't forget.
Yeah, that's right. Worst.
That's forever.
Worst.
You're gonna be 70 and she's gonna be finding in the bodega. Forget it.
Yep.
Oof.
It's very
Careful,
important.
careful, Joe. We're not all Puerto Rican.
But you all know exactly what I mean, though.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Well, I'm in California now.
All right, we gotta
actually, you mentioned
question
something.
here.
Yeah, somebody asked yesterday. We were talking about credit line increases, whether they should call Amex, and this was a question on the live last night, to increase their pay over time limit. I said no. Right? Am I right on
No.
that?
Yeah, no.
You're asking for trouble at that point.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially on their charge cards. Like, you shouldn't be doing that anyway, technically, but oof, like, I can't imagine the headache that's going to bring that person.
Yeah, that's
Couple
almost
things,
an instant.
couple things.
rap noise,
I know we all promote having good habits, meaning, paying the bills on time when they come due. I think we can all agree to that. But I think, like, when we start getting into those types of questions, you're in a gray area, and I feel like we just need more background in order to answer that type of question.
Yeah.
I will
You know
say
what?
though. Oh, go ahead.
Good. I'm not sure about the pay over time, but I got a buddy. Well, I won't say a buddy of mine, but somebody I know. They were going to put $40K. I think it was on the platinum card. I'm pretty sure it was the platinum card. So they called before to make sure that would go through. Their top limit wasn't $40K, but Amex extended it so they could make that purchase. You know what I mean? So I don't know about the pay over time, but it's possible to call and get, be able to get a higher limit in order to.
That is possible.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
No, but
a lot
that
of
makes
times-
sense. I was just afraid, like, that other button where they want you to see what your limit is.
Yeah.
And people like to hit that. And I'm like, bro, we're not
I've
at the
never
slot
done it.
machine. Don't, because they're going to see how many times you clicked it.
Yeah.
And they're going to pull you to show papers. And I don't think you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amex
I never did it even once.
Yeah, Amex is known for the reviews. But Joe, were you talking about credit line increase with
Well,
American
they were
Express?
talking about if they should call Amex about expanding their pay over time. So it wasn't like a one-time bill. That was my concern, because your pay over time is still a portion of your full account. It's not the whole account.
Yeah.
So because they'll even tell you at certain purchases pay over time, or there may not be something that says pay over time.
Right.
So I just don't want them to get that person on the other end is going to be like, oh, by the way, you can't use your account now. Send us this. And I'm like, why do that? Use another card if you need to make something that you have the clearance for. Then you don't want to stir the pot if you don't have to.
I've heard that with American Express, anytime after $75,000, you could be manually reviewed. So you've got to make sure that you do have those papers to show the proof that you do make that much money. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
We're talking about a lot of things, though. So we're talking about being truthful when you apply for these cards. As long as you say you state what your income is, like, you don't have anything to worry about. But I know some people that be doing some crazy stuff, but they keep signing these cards. TJ, go ahead.
So Key, I know I've never done this, but I've watched some videos where they're like, as long as you have access to some of that income. But then that gets into that little gray area where people may interpret that access to like, well, I do have a roommate and they pay half the rent, so I can just count their income, even though I don't really have access to their income. Like, definitely.
Stuff out here is crazy. Don't do that. If you can't tell that was sarcasm, like, don't do that. But yeah, the financial reviews, like, I wouldn't worry about it. It is annoying, right, to have to do extra steps, but don't lie. Like, just tell the truth on the application, and that's it. It's gonna be how it's gonna be.
Real quick, you want to know what surprised me with that? Like, all the business, when I started getting my business credit cards, everyone's like, you don't need to have a business, blah, 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 blah. And I had my Chase Inc. business cash for, it wasn't even a year yet. It was several months. Obviously, got the card, got the welcome offer, all that. Then Chase sent me a letter in the mail. Please provide this, 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 and this. I'm like, oh. But I actually have a business, so I was fine with it. But it was like, I didn't anticipate that because there's so many people on there saying, you know, you don't need to have a business. Just go ahead and apply for the credit card. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of those people go end up in trouble in the long run.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they go get a lot of people in trouble in the long run.
How many of you have an LLC?
I got one.
I've had to send paperwork to Amex. Like in fact, I already had 3 business credit cards with Amex. And when I applied for I think it was the Hilton Business. I'm pretty sure it was the Hilton Business. When I applied for that Hilton Business, they wanted 4 months of business checking accounts, not personal checking accounts, not my freaking tax returns. They wanted business checking accounts. You know what I mean? So I had to send them those 4 months. And like I say, it wasn't no issue because I'm not going to get in here and tell them anything that's untruthful to get me kicked out of the ecosystem anyway. So, but yeah, man, telling people that you don't need a business. Yeah, get this card. It's 1 million videos on YouTube about getting business credit card without a business. You know what I mean? And yeah, put this amount and make sure you put this amount. But if you gotta prove it, like if you have to prove it, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Now you can say you make $20,000 a year, but you send in first of all, you don't have a business checking account. If you do, you got $200 in there. You know what I mean? And your history's on there. Your history's on the statement of how much you're bringing in. And you've only had $200 in there for the entire 4 statements. What we think will happen when you send that in there, man?
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Yeah, that leads us to a really good question. I don't know the answer to this. What banks or credit cards are more strict about using your business card on non-business spend? I don't know the answer to that, but this is how I'm going to answer it.
I don't know.
More strict.
Those cards come with packets of information. You need to be reading that if you're applying to these cards and educate yourself on, what's a valid expense. I don't know, but anyone else have a different answer?
I don't think there's a business card that's strict about using it on the personal side. I think what happens is if you get audited,
correct, you get audited.
Your business card on the personal side, that's where the gray area comes or the black area comes. I don't really think a bank tells you because a credit card or a bank cannot know if you're your light, if that's not your business light, or if you're buying, groceries, if you're not doing it for the office, or so they have. I don't believe that they have no way to track that. I just think if you get audited, that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say. Yeah. Make sure your accountant is legit because if they're putting those expenses that you use on your business card that are not business expenses, you get you in some big trouble with the IRS. So make sure you got a legit accountant. Definitely.
And you know what else? Another thing that people say all the time that isn't truthful. They talk about charging stuff on business credit cards, and you can just write it off. Like everything you put on a business credit card, is exempt to what you buy. Man, I would have 20 cars and whatever. My whole life would be on a business card. You know what I mean? But it's just certain information that's out here that's not truthful, man. And some people just at some point in time, man, we just got to call it out.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Chase the other night. I called him because I had the Ink Preferred that I opened up last year, and then the statement hit for the year for the $95 fee. And I was using that card to put charges for StreamYard, YouTube, the online stuff. You're supposed to get 3 times for every dollar for that, but they didn't code right. So I would have to call every month, and then they would have to adjust it. Then they sent me a letter going, well, the merchant doesn't change their code, so you're only going to get 1 time. So I said, okay, I'm not going to keep that card open because I do use it to charge those things. And I moved it to a 1.5 Freedom, the Ink Unlimited, because at least I get 1.5. Right. So literally I did that a week ago. And the lady told me that's a smart thing. Why pay $95 if you're not getting the full value? So it was good that they were upfront. And I said, look, I have specific cards for certain things. You know how it is for us. You pay for Amazon. God knows how much we don't spend for lighting, for this, for mics. I've been through 4 mics already. if you got to upgrade your phone to do your stuff, if you're traveling, the mic stand, the this, the that. So there's a lot of legit write-offs in what we do. And if you do it from home like I do, that's what, to Key's point and to Jackie's point. How do they know the light I'm not using? How do they know, the light that's behind me now, I'm using it? So my accountant keeps me straight. He's like, you better separate this crap, and I want to see what you got in and what you put out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I break it down.
But what I was speaking about, Joe, I'm not talking about getting a tax break on it. They're saying you're getting a tax write-off. Like, you don't pay anything for this. Everything that you buy for your business is essentially free.
Yeah, I don't know what world that is.
They're not saying you get a break on it. They're saying you write it off. Writing it off means that you're not paying for it, right? I mean, you're paying for it, but you're getting it back on the back end. Like, that's just not true. Even the space, you can only count, if you work at home, you can only count the space that you work in. Right? You can't count anybody who rent or pay a mortgage, they can just be like, you know what? I don't have to pay a mortgage anymore. I just write all of this off because I work from home from now on. You know what I mean? So
I'm literally in 4 feet right here in the basement.
Right, that's it. That's the entire space. Now, if you exaggerated some of that space, that's a whole nother story than saying that you can just write off the entire wallet.
About to start recording in the living room.
Exactly. Yo, bro, I'm gonna go to my bathroom and renovate it and go, yo, this is my office.
Yeah.
I record in my living room. I'm in my living room right now.
Seriously, real quick. I know it's the top of the hour. I know there's WNBA playoffs. The Mets are playing, even though it's not my Yankees. The Mets are playing. Does anyone have to drop off? Is this a good drop off?
Yeah, I gotta drop off. But
you know what, Nell, before you go, Nell, we have a quick question here for you. What credit card, and I'm going to ask you this specifically, have you pulled out that has gotten you the most compliments?
You know what? This might surprise some of you, but it was years ago when I first signed up for Amex 2017, and I got that Blue Cash every day. It used to be clear.
Yes, that was beautiful.
I was getting compliments on that. Yep, definitely getting compliments on that one.
Yo, that's a cool question. How about you, CJ?
The only card that I've ever been complimented on.
Don't say that.
Oh, believe it or not the rose gold, not the rose gold. Everyone's like, "Oh, you have the platinum card." No, this is the rose gold. Oh, but it was my Discovery cashback card because I have the cassette tape design. Like, people were going crazy over that when I got it. They're like, "Oh my god, this is so cool!" But how do you work this? Because it didn't have any numbers in the front, and that was like the first time. Like, that was a new thing. So,
oh, that's cool, Jackie.
Hold on. Real quick, Jackie. Nell, let people know when your next video is dropping, and thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, it should be one out this Saturday, but me and Joe, we got a live stream Sunday night. I want all of you to come out, check it out, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday night.
It's gonna be fun.
This Sunday, definitely be fun.
Now you're gonna have your hat and the glasses. You come in full effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Sofa in the background. I want real now. Definitely. This is laid back now, chilling on the side now.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I appreciate you all, though.
Excellent.
Thank
you so much for your time, Nell.
Brother.
Yeah.
Good night, Papa.
All right.
Okay,
Jackie, as well.
So I think that the Sapphire Preferred card. That card is not it's not a plastic card. So when my kids started feeling it, they're like, "Ooh, bougie!" Like, this is an expensive card.
The only card I've ever been that's hilarious. The only card I've ever been complimented on or had comments about, the original Ritz-Carlton card in the 2018 timeframe when I had it. That joint was so heavy. Like, when you handed it off to somebody, it was like, it was like this effect when you gave it to somebody. So definitely got a lot of commentary about that one.
Yeah.
Lonnie?
Yeah, I'll answer before I got to jump real quick. I can't remember getting a real compliment on when I pull out a card or anything like that. Why does CJ keep getting?
Why is it doing that to me?
All I see is CJ like this.
But just this week, my wife has upgraded her United card to the United Club Infinite card because as I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago or like a month ago, my son just turned 2. So he doesn't get in the United clubs for free anymore. He's supposed to have a pass to get in. And so what we did was just upgrade to the Club Infinite, because as long as you got kids and they're under the age 21, they come in with you. So you can get one adult and any of your kids under the age of 21 in there with you. So now with one subscription, that is, all 3 of us, our entire family, can just get in. So we're like, all right, one of us needs to upgrade. I'm the one that got the most cards this year. So she's upgraded her Explorer card to the Club Infinite card. I say all this in context. It just showed up. Dude, one, it's a metal card. It's solid black. It is probably one of the sexiest cards I've seen in many, many years. Sexier than the built card, sexier than a platinum card. It's a good looking card. Or I'm even like, yo, add me as an authorized user on this one. Let me get one of these.
How was the packaging on that one?
You know what? She ripped it open so quick, but it does come in a box. It's very similar to like an MX Platinum. It comes in a box with a whole unboxing, rip-off experience, all that stuff. So it was a good unboxing experience. But she ain't in it like us, so she just like ripped it open. It was like, all right, here's my card.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. My dad duties are about to kick in, so I got to jump. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Key. Jackie, nice to meet you in person finally. I'm actually flying to Miami. That's my next stop. If I had met you sooner, we could link up, but we'll do it next time.
But
newcomer.
hey, we got a new viewer.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Look at Florida dominating the chat or the stream.
I had some technical difficulties.
God bless you, Key. I see you.
My bad. Darius, welcome to the chat. Tell the people who you are, where they can find you, and all the good stuff. I see you put yourself on mute, though. Let me know. We can come back to you.
Oh, yeah, because I got my mic next to the speaker. But, yep, Darius Jamal. You can find me here on YouTube. I do credit card content, credit, also personal finance. I've been ghost for a little while, so kind of making a little bit of a comeback right now, working on it. But yeah, but glad to jump in. You know, I kind of haven't been outside the community for a bit, so I'm trying to get, you know, integrated again.
Awesome. We got one more person too joining us. Chad, what's up?
Chad?
Yo.
What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Loud and
Loud and
clear.
clear.
I can't see you.
You guys might have my kid's iPad in the background. Yeah, sorry, I'm not in my normal viewing place. I'm trying to. Sorry.
That's a little better.
Been having dad issues all day. All right. Is that better?
What does your shirt say?
Oh, 10 rules for top 10 rules to date my daughter.
Nice.
I don't have kids at dating age. It was a prank gift that I got before my first daughter was born, and it was just what I grabbed to take my son to the bus.
I love it. I love it.
Here, let me get up.
Oh, Mike, there are 10 rules.
Oh,
Jesus.
I love rule number 1. The most important one.
Get a job.
Or have a
I don't
job.
like you. What? I'm everyone.
Chill, lawyer.
Nice. I love it.
Be home early. Don't lie to me. I'll find out. Get a lawyer. She's my angel, not your conquest. I don't mind going back to jail. Ooh, I don't mind going back to jail. Whatever you do to her, I do to you.
That number 10.
Nice. That last one's a little disturbing.
Yeah, right?
It is.
Yo, Chad, they wanted to, and Darius, did you guys answer which card is the one that gives you the most compliments?
We already know. It's the gold card, man. Come on.
Really?
And the gold, not the rose gold, right?
Oh, stop
it.
So for you, Chad, what do you have, Chad?
I don't really get any compliments on my cards. I just came off a stint in Ohio, and I work nights. Nobody's up. So I just run through, grab something to eat, and go back to the hospital.
Oh, that's funny.
For me, it's
They,
this.
they left me out again.
Where are you? Yeah.
Look, the first question was about what cards everybody was using. They left me off. The second question was what card what card you complimented on. They left me off. You know what? So I'm just gonna go right in. Unfiltered 20 question with Sledge. I got Darius Jamal this Friday. I got Darius Jamal this Friday on Unfiltered 20 question with Sledge. That's it, man.
No, so now what about your card?
I don't want to leave me off.
What about your card? Which is your favorite card? Which is, you know.
All right, enough for real. I said it a million times. A card's not a flex, right? First thing. And when you hand your card to a cashier or a waitress or a waiter or whatever, man, they ain't seen a million cards. they've held and seen 1 trillion cards, right? And when you're paying, when you out with your friends and your buddies, they just care that you're paying, right? They don't care that what kind of card you handing that person. They just happy that you're the one paying. So the only time I've ever gotten a statement really on the card is when I had a platinum card. You don't want to it looks like it has like the crayon marks or whatever on it. And it's because you can feel the texture, you know what I mean, of the card. But besides that, nah, they usually just take that card or any card that I have, put it in the machine, slide it, and go on by their life. You know what I mean? So, man, that's it.
You don't think the young people, the card that I've had that they got the most was the American Express green card, but that's because it was on the Lion card. And no one has seen like this. And we talked, remember, Sledge?
That's a cheat code, Joe.
Well, it is, but it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy metal, you know, and nobody has it. So they're like, what is it? So it's always like a conversation starter. So I love this because it's my lowest price card, which is the Amex Green, but they don't know what the hell it is. So, you know, Sledge and I whipped out our cards together, remember? to show each other.
Your card.
Hey. All right, we got a couple questions. I know Call Me Lonnie left, but question here is: can the IHG Premier Card and the Business Premier Card come with a $50 United Travel Bank credit?
I answered it. I answered it in the chat.
The answer is no, though. Yeah, the answer is no. But you want to repeat your answer just so we all have it?
Yeah, basically it's no. That credit is trash. It only lasts for 6 months. You get $25 at a time. You know what I mean? So you get $25 at a time. It automatically goes to the travel bank. So if you're not aware of when that is January and July. So the $25 automatically goes to the United Travel Bank. And if you don't use that $25 from January to July, it's gone. And then the other one goes in July, from July to December. If you don't use it in that time, it's gone. So
it's like an Uber credit?
Try to book a flight right then.
That's crazy.
You said it's like the Uber credit? That's right.
It is. It's like the Uber credit. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's trash. But think about it. Uber can be less than $25. A flight is not going to be.
Oh, no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we talk about for a flight. That credit is trash, man. If I didn't have the Platinum and the Aspire where I'm putting other credits in there to make it worth it, if I just had the $25, it's not even worth the time of, you know what I'm saying, having that credit. So of course it's $25 off. $25 is $25. But that's not gonna make you take a flight.
Have any of you ever tried the $50 credit with the autograph the autograph card?
Oh, the autograph journey? Yeah. I did that.
Did it trigger it? Did it?
Oh yeah. I didn't. You're saying
like
that
in the travel bank? Did you do to a travel bank or no?
I didn't, but there's no reason why I wouldn't. The United Travel Bank codes is travel, or as airline. So as long as it continues to code that way with the MCC code, no problem at all.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I do got something to talk about real quick though. Man, I know y'all strictly into credit cards. Man, you got to get on these bank account bonuses. Like you literally have to get. If you don't get on any bank account bonus, if you don't get on any, at least do Citi. Citi, if you put $1,500 in there and you get $300, The thing is, it's not direct deposit. It's not any secret thing. Only thing you have to do is do an ACH transfer of $1,500. It can be Zelle. It could be anything. The end of the month, you go get that $300. That $300 is going toward my annual fee for my AA executive card. And right now, I'm about to do the U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bank one, I actually just signed up for it today. Now, here's another gem. With the U.S. Bank, you can put up to $250 worth of credit card funding, and it holds as a purchase. So I use the Hilton Business, right? I use the Hilton Business. So that's 5 times on $250 inside of, to fund that account. And then I'm just gonna take that $250 and just pay that card back off, because you don't have to keep the money in there for a set amount of time. Now, to get $450, you have to put $8,000 in within 90 days. You don't have to put $8,000 in there. You could put $2,000 in there 4 times. You know what I mean? You could put 1,000 in there 8 times, because the money don't have to stay in the account for you to get it. You know what I mean? So these bank account bonds, it's just too easy money. Like, the money's just too easy. I've been doing it for like 5 years, and I kind of chilled last year a little bit because I wanted my check system to kind of rest a little bit. And on top of that, I had did so many, you could only do them so many times in a certain amount of time, but it's just easy money.
Yeah,
man. I was telling one of our creators, I won't name the person, about when I got my Chase phone to look at Joe. Joe was like, "Oh, please help." I won't name them, but I did a Chase business account, and I was like, "Look, they're offering $400. All you have to do is have 3 ACH transfers." Those of us in the credit card game, we know, who are monetized, we're getting Google. If you have affiliate income, you can have that, like through a credit card network or whatever. And if you have affiliates through some products, you have that as well. So I'm like, go ahead, sign up for this. Sign up for it, and you can get $400. They don't have it at that same level anymore. But that person was so hesitant, and they never did it.
Man,
I'm like, why? Like, why? Never did it.
Never did it. So many people I tell about that, man, and it's like I'm trying to scam them. They'll be so quick to do an actual scam.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll be so quick to do an actual scam. But when you try to tell them something legit, it's like you trying to scam them. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're the ones that buy the illegal cable boxes, right? And they're okay with that as long as they get all the channels. But
Yeah. The bank bonus, that's a game to itself. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and that's what they do on a monthly basis, and they make some good money with this.
Yeah.
And they're referring people. I mean, they make great money, and that's something like we laugh. But imagine if you have a kid that's 22 years old, is not working, or an 18-year-old. This is something they can do to make that extra money out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you,
Money.
Any of the accounts that have referrals, man, my kids are definitely on them. I refer my kids, and then they refer each other. I mean, like this, so everybody get a little bit of it. So
Right. Yep.
if it's there, if it's available, man, you got to get it, man.
you gotta get it.
You see what they pay in interest? Chase pays like what, 0.0001%.
Right.
So come on.
Unless you own the stock, which I do.
Wait, hold on.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you another thing about U.S. Bank. What I just found out is, if you have a U.S. Bank credit card, the checking account is free. You don't have to do anything, or you don't have to have direct deposit there. You don't have anything. As long as you have a U.S. Bank credit card, the checking account is free. So it's one of those accounts that I don't have to be in a rush to close before they start charging me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Write that down.
I've been sleeping on account bonuses.
Truist.
I said I've been
If
sleeping on
you have
account
the
bonuses.
Truist checking and business checking, then they free. You don't have to worry about paying any fee. I don't have any major bank accounts really, because I'm not paying no fee, and I'm not putting my direct deposit over there. Like, I'm not putting my direct deposit into anything that's not gonna make me money.
Yep.
Sounds like that makes sense to me. Actually.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got my princess requesting juice. I'm gonna grab her juice.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put myself on mute. I'll be right back.
Daddy
And
duties,
those
man.
bonuses would be a good way to fund a Roth, though. You're talking about speaking about
There we
20-year-olds and
go.
stuff like that. That'd be a good way for them to kind of just capitalize on jumping through some bonuses, and easy way to fund a Roth if they can't do it. If they have trouble doing
That's
it
a
with
really
their
good
regular
idea.
income.
Yeah, that is a smart idea. Good point, Darius.
Yeah, and some of
Thank
these,
you. I think I'm gonna write that one down.
some of these bank accounts, you can even fund them with like your credit card. I think there's a minimum you have to put in, so it helps you with your credit card bonus, and you're getting a bonus on the checking side as well. You just
Big
have
time.
to know which one. So
Yeah, big time. I always say, like, when you get a credit card, I always call to set my cash advance fee to 0,
yep.
or whatever the minimum is too,
Yep.
just in case, right?
Right.
You can do a lot of tests when there's no risk that way.
Yep.
So, on this question, I just wanted to answer since we were talking U.S. Bank for a second with Sledge. Is there a pre-approval tool for U.S. Bank? I know that means Altitude Reserve. But U.S. Bank in general doesn't really have a pre-approval tool. Sometimes you can get a banner on the top of your screen that'll say, like, see if I'm pre-approved, but there's no way to, like, pull that up every single time.
Right.
Maybe you just put it on the page for a minute. I don't know.
And it's never for the Altitude Reserve. The Altitude Reserve is never there. The other cars maybe, but the Altitude Reserve is never there. You can't pre-approve for it. They like, take your chances.
That's funny. Michael Wong is always somewhere in the world. He's like, Lonnie, I love it. Thank you so much, everybody who's out here tonight listening to us. Anyone have any upcoming trips? What's the next trip for everybody?
I'm going to Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland. I'm going to Las
Small
Vegas.
trip, man. I ain't seen my family, you know what I'm saying? But like for a brief second, I flew in one day to one of my guys' birthday party, and that was it. That's all I've been home. So I gotta go home. So I'm going home for like 5 days. And yeah, that's pretty much it until the next one. I don't like planning stuff until I plan it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not one of those people that plan stuff out in advance. I'm one of those people that like, let's go Thursday. You know what I mean? So
oh geez.
yeah,
well, I'm going
it
to
is what it
Cabo,
is.
and I used my points from Southwest. Actually, I'm going to another place in Mexico, but there wasn't a direct flight, so I'm going to fly from Miami to Cabo on Southwest. I use all my points, and then coming back, I'm going to fly from La Paz to Tijuana. I bought that flight for $100, and then I'm going to cross the border to San Diego, and then I'm going to fly back from San Diego to Miami with Southwest for free again with my points. So
I love it.
Good move.
I love it.
yeah.
That's what's up.
When you cross the border like that, do you have like, are you walking or are you driving across or?
That's something that has me crazy in the head because I'm kind of scared, but they told me it was safe to do it with an Uber or something. But I'm like, cross the border, like, no way. I don't want to be there with a cartel or anything, but they say it's safe, so I'm going to take.
There's a walking path. Like, I know you can walk it. That's why I just didn't know if you have to like show your passport or I don't know the process like that. But
when I was a child and I lived in California because I was born there, I remember as a child going to Tijuana with my parents all the time. I guess I turned 6 here in Miami, but I guess it was so different, the culture, that's something I don't forget, you know? So I can just imagine now how it looks like. But yeah, I'll let you guys know if I come back. If not, I was captured over there or something.
What you do is, Jackie, do a live and blink, and we could save you. Like, put us all. We'll do a community live. Come back on a Wednesday and just blink real quick, and we'll send for help.
When I told my husband, he was like, "What? Crossing the border?" He didn't like that idea either. But I'm like, "No, we're gonna be okay." You know, I heard it's fine, so we'll see.
Chad, where you going tomorrow?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going. Actually, as of right now, I have a room booked in Las Vegas. Shout out to Key. For November, mid-November.
Which hotel? Well, which end?
The Aria. No.
Oh, you love
New York,
that one.
New York. No.
New York?
The Bellagio. Well, one of those MGM hotels.
That's my favorite.
Bro.
It's one of them, but it's free. So
All those you just named are on the same side of the street. That's hilarious.
yeah. They're because I'm an MGM. I have the MGM MasterCard. I have Pro membership plus I've used them before, so because I'm a member of their rewards group, they send me free hotel rooms. So we got like 4 nights for free. So we're probably going to use the wife's companion pass on her Delta Platinum card because we do our domestic trips around the end of the year, and then our big trip around the beginning of the year. So we get a couple of breaks. But yeah, Vegas is it, and if another job calls, maybe California before that or in between.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wait, I'm also going to Vegas, so we'll have to see if we're going around the same time. I'll always meet up anytime. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Joe, what about you? Okay, Darius, Joe.
Darius, you want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah. I saw that.
Look at Joe's face. He looked like he just got caught in the bathroom doing something other than a crossword.
My bad. No, for me, I'm like Sledge. Like right now, at least for this year, haven't planned anything yet. So I'm not sure. Maybe for the holidays if something's gonna happen, or it'll probably be booked last minute. I mean, I still have my spring trip that I have for Japan, but in the late spring, but early spring, I want to still trying to figure out if I want to do like maybe somewhere in Central or South America, because I have to use my 5 nights, that I got from my Marriott Biz card. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to go kind of during spring break time. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Awesome.
Okay.
Are you next show?
Full house tonight.
So
I just want to
going-
say real quick, full house. Make sure everyone drops into everybody's channel, comment on everybody's channel, subscribe to everyone's channel. This is great. I mean, what an audience. What a crew. So happy to chat with all of y'all. But Joe Barreto, where you going?
So I'm going to the Bronx. I'm going to cross the GW Bridge, use my Amex Green to pay the toll, and I'm going to the Bronx. That's about it. I'm done for this year. I start work tomorrow. I start my new gig in Hackensack. So I'm going back part-time and do that. So I'll do that for the end of the year. They got a grant. So right now I won't go. I can't even check the house in Florida, so I won't be going there for a minute. But I want to thank you guys because I have to dip. I told Key, my Mets never play in October. Never. So I'm supposed to meet up with my friends and go to Miller's Ale House and watch the game. So I appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you so much. Key, we've been on this thing for over an hour and a half, I think, or more. So thank you so much, my love. God bless you. Jackie, it was a pleasure, ma. I would love to have you on and get that wepa ready because I got to have you. Darius still owes me a trip. Darius, weren't you supposed to be on? And then Darius flew away wherever
I was.
All right, now you got a new mic. There's no excuse, Darius. All right.
No,
CJ, I need to have CJ by himself. Sledge, what was the
gonna
point you gave? Sledge, what did you give CJ as a rank on his wepa?
Hey, it was number
CJ,
1. I'll just remind everybody, it was number 1.
I think CJ had like a 4.8.
That's what it was. Thank you. He still
like
claimed that it was like a 15
like
out of 10.
like
I don't know what he was talking about. Although right now everybody's getting on me because Tasha never did one and she got away with it. So I'm going to give you a heads up, Jackie.
She got away with it.
She got away with it.
Wow.
Jackie, Jackie, you need to come in strong with that wepa, Jackie. All right?
Do it.
All right?
Jackie,
I expect nothing but the best coming from you, Jackie.
Just watch mine, Jackie, and you'll be great.
Don't watch CJ's. Whatever you do, don't watch CJ's. Although Calvin redeemed himself. Let's just say that.
For sure.
Calvin did it. But mi gente, I love you. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for everything. God bless you guys. I love you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Peace.
Darius, what part of Florida are you from?
Well, I moved now. I'm at Atlanta.
Oh, you moved.
Wait, you moved?
Yeah.
That was fast.
I mean, it was a couple of months now. That's why I kind of had a break.
Where were you
How long
from
were you?
originally?
I was staying in Coconut Creek, like Coconut Creek.
Like an
Coral
hour
Springs.
north from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long were you down there? It felt like it was a couple months.
No, I was down there for a couple of years, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I just learned a
He was
couple
down
months
there when
ago.
he had the curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before the crew cut.
All right. So I went to Atlanta. Okay, I see. Well,
I got
too
some
bad.
news.
Go ahead.
Recently, since the creator meetup, I signed up for, and I'm a computer nerd, and I did a trifecta that most people won't be familiar with. And it's actually called the CompTIA trifecta, where I got my A+ certification, my Network Plus certification, and government equivalent Security Plus certification.
Awesome.
And I did it all in
Nice.
5 weeks.
Well,
So yeah, that's my thing. That's why I haven't been recording. See, even my son's excited.
awesome.
Level
Wow.
up, everybody. Big stuff.
It's hard when
Congratulations, brother, but no excuses now.
Oh yeah, I'm back in it. I'm back on the grind, and with all of that. So yeah, it's on now.
What's up? Darius, when you go be in Japan?
In May, like mid-May, I'll be there for.
Hey, man, that's almost summer.
Yeah, that's why I said like late spring. It was late spring.
Yeah.
You
I'll
flying
be
business
in
class?
there in late March.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Okay.
Are y'all flying first class, business class, coach?
Man, I'm taking my family and my mother-in-law. No. If anybody, just me.
Wow. Sledge, that's a long flight, man. That's the flight you need to use the business class points on, man.
Yeah, for real, man. But look, it's gonna be all of us, so it is what it is. You know what's funny? I read an article just today, about a guy who put his 2 kids. Now I don't know, they didn't say the age of the kids, but the 2 kids in first class, and he said in either economy, I think it was economy. And then once they got on the plane, he tried to ask people sitting in first class to switch with him so he can watch his kids.
Yeah,
How do y'all feel about that?
Hell no.
That's the money. That's what he tried to do.
You coming up with so much cash, that answer's gonna laugh out loud at you if you ever ask me to move out of my seat. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you made a
I
decision.
forgot where it was from, but it was like I don't know, I think it was like a 7-hour flight. It was like a 7-hour flight. And and this guy pays economy for himself and has the audacity to ask other passengers to switch with him when he could just purchase those seats, or if, say for instance, there weren't any first class seats available, why wouldn't you put your kids with you?
Right. Can't you do the unaccompanied minor thing? Like he should have did the unaccompanied minor in economy and booked himself whatever he wanted to.
Yeah.
And that would have been that. I don't know what. That's nonsense. That's
Or
crazy.
3 premium economy seats probably would have been an equivalent price. Yeah. Actually, probably would have saved some money.
No, you know what he was trying to do? He was trying to play the sympathy role. Trying to get somebody to give up those seats.
Exactly.
If you ask me, I'd be like, you made your choice. Now sit and live with it. Don't come to me with no foolishness.
Reason number 1, travel with noise canceling headphones. I wouldn't have heard none of it. And even if I did, I would have taken my earphone off and been like, pop, and put it right back on.
And I hope them kids are well behaved in first class. That's another thing for everybody else to pay first class. And now you stuck with these kids without parental supervision. I hope they were very well behaved.
Yeah.
Right. Like I say, I don't know the age of the kids because it didn't say in the article. But come on, man. You know what? The thing about it is, if you're gonna ask somebody, it should at least be the equivalent should be equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the equivalent should be equal what you're asking. You can be both in the main cabin and you just couldn't get the seats together and then ask somebody to switch. But me, I always get a window seat. I ain't giving it up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving up my window seat, never. So, no.
Well, I will say, because I know Sledge, you told me you got family going. So CJ on the whole like business class stuff. I will say booking Japan it's tough, man. Like it was
I
real
know.
tough. I was like 3-4 weeks just straight in a row, like trying to search for stuff. I was able to get business class there on JL and then first class coming back. I was able to get business for my wife and I, and then on the way back there was no way. I got first. You know, she had to take the L with economy on the way back. But
It's
for the content. It's for the content.
He's laughing because my wife told him that I did that to her too.
Y'all need to step it up. That's unacceptable. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Even trying to book on Cathay, I couldn't even get 2 economy seats on the same day. So like it was going like there was no award flight. So it was either like 1 day first, 1 day economy, and like it was starting to stretch too long, and I was getting pressed. And then like 1 day showed up with like economy and first. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
How far in advance were you booking these flights?
With Cathay, you can book 355 days. So I was wake up, whatever, when it hit 11 o'clock or whatever,
Yeah.
I was ready. Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, to be honest, like with Cathay, I actually called in and I was able to lock in, and there was nothing showing up for award availability. So maybe something to keep in mind if somebody's, checking every day. Try and call in as well, because I called in and when I booked the 2 business seats, there was nothing showing up that day, but I was able to call and lock it in. So
thank you for pinning that comment, Pete, because I'm like, these man, these are ruthless, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So one more question about that. Was there wasn't any availability with ANA? I know ANA is like the godchild of flying business class to Japan. Was there anything or not?
No, I gave up on ANA, to be honest.
Right.
Like I couldn't. Yeah,
it was
tough. I'm gonna blame Chase Yokoyama on that one, because his videos did really well. When I did mine, when I was searching for them, it wasn't. I had to search obviously a full year in advance, or however close to a year it is. But I was able to find it like twice. They would go really fast, but I was able to find it. So wow, the secret is out. Okay.
Yeah, now it's hard, and even on JL, like you can find the 777s, but the A350s are like going fast now. I mean, now they're doing the like Haneda to JFK now. Like my flight, that's gonna change. It's gonna be A350, luckily. But yeah, like now, like it was harder. When I first locked in my other one, I was seeing it show up every day, and then. And I know, I mean, of course, that springtime, like May, like, it's kind of starts to pick up to be peak, April. So, it starts to be a little more difficult. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know if, word's just getting out too. And then people want to take the A350, and it's just making it harder and harder.
When my daughter went, that was the same thing. Like I couldn't find availability at all until the very last minute. Like the very last minute, I would just go out to book anything at a certain point because she had to get to school. You know what I mean? So I did find availability at the very last minute, and that's another thing I forgot to mention is I'm coming back with another person because I'm coming back with my daughter. So yeah, definitely, we're not all sitting in business. No way. Yeah, we going there with 4 people, coming back with 5.
I want to do one of those redemptions though. Not to Japan. It's just too far. I don't like flying like that. I need to do a somewhat long one, but still somewhat short. So basically, go over to England. I wanna do that one, business class. And stay in the hotel chat when in.
I think you should go. Me personally, because the taxes out of England are so ridiculous, like all the time. I would probably prefer, unless you're going to do like a points thing and get a United flight through like Air Canada and use your travel bank to subsidize the taxes, it's easier just to fly to Paris. Once you fly to Paris, quick $50 Eurostar ticket, and you're 180 miles per hour through the northern French countryside, and you're in England, just like that.
Yeah, or 34,000 life miles in business class to get to Madrid. So you're East Coast too, or East Coast-ish. So that might make sense for you too.
Or even if you can get a good deal to Amsterdam, because they also have trains from Amsterdam to London nonstop. But flying directly to London, especially if you're doing it on points, in some cases, the taxes are so crazy. It's like, I might as well have paid cash for this. It's like, it's just blowing your points for no reason, because there'll be like $700 to $1,500 that you'll have to pay just in taxes and fees.
Yeah.
And heaven help you if you stop anywhere in between London, which you probably shouldn't. They normally have direct service out of Miami. I know British Airways has direct service out of Miami, but that would just be my suggestion.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Let us know when you're ready. We got you.
Madrid, Paris, and Amsterdam. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, the high-speed rail network over there is just, it's fire.
Yeah. It isn't like Bright Line.
Fire.
Bright Line high speed.
It's brighter than the Bright Line. Like those high-speed trains are like no joke.
Right.
You are zipping through, and I've heard that Japan is even a whole other level. But the train network over there is a beast. I've been in Italy, Paris, and in and out of London, and I love the trains. I'll take the train every day.
I got a question for y'all though. Have y'all ever taken advantage of any of the other benefits that come with your credit cards? For instance, I use American Express to get tickets to 2 Broadway plays at one time, and I just used the Capital One dine-in to get a preferred seating at Jose Andres restaurant in Orlando. Have y'all ever used those kind of perks?
Yeah, all the time for me. One of my travel goals is to go to all the Major League Baseball stadiums. And Capital One has a partnership with Major League Baseball where you can spend 5,000 Capital One venture miles to get some tickets that are hundreds of dollars, right behind the plate type joints. So definitely, but that's just one of the ways. But countless times I've used stuff like that for sure. Free sales to tickets, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, free sales. You know what's funny is because me and Joe were just talking about that, because he was talking about if you watch any of Joe's like recent videos, he's talking about Wells Fargo and how you can get special. He got certain tickets from Wells Fargo, but my thing is that's not specific to Wells Fargo. That's just Visa Signature. If you have a Visa Signature card, you can get certain things. You got MasterCard World Elite, you get certain things. You have Visa Infinite, you get certain things. And of course, American Express, you get certain things. But I think a lot of people overlook these things. And man, I wanted to go to the US Open this year, but I don't know what happened. I just ended up not doing it or whatever. But it was through American Express. But man, it's so many things that you can get from these credit card companies that we just overlook because we looking at multipliers and credits. You know what I'm saying? And you never hear anyone talking about these things. And also, if you got a Visa card in your, let me take that back. You might not have Visa Signature. Everybody doesn't have it. You got a MasterCard, there's a 99.9% chance that it's a World Elite MasterCard. You know what I mean? Like there is. Pretty much every no annual fee MasterCard is a World Elite MasterCard. And it comes with specific benefits that you should be taking advantage of.
Yep.
This is true. When I went to the New York Auto Show, when I did my tour when I stayed at the Park Hyatt, New York, American Express had their own separate entrance. They had their own separate, like there's like lounge space, like a Centurion style space just there at like things like at Madison, not Madison Square Garden, at Barclays Center. They have a entrance for Clear. They too have an Amex entrance. And one of my big things that people don't talk about that I use is the Chase Freedom Unlimited on the Chase Travel Portal is a beast. All of my international trips, I exclusively use the Chase Travel Portal to do them. You get some of the great deals powered by Viator, 5 points 5 points per dollar spent coming back to you. And this is on stuff that you use immediately. And you can then subsidize it with points. So you can buy 2 tours in 2 days, and on the third day, use your points to subsidize the third tour. It's like it just gives back immediately. And then with the Amex Platinum, Paramount Plus that I get for free because I use the Walmart Plus, which I use a lot. And in addition to that, 25% off of all my Burger King. So when I feel like being a fatty, I can have my fatty dreams and, you know, have a Whopper and chicken fries and such and whatnot and what have you.
Yeah, I will say, you talk about Viator. Keep an eye on that Rakuten because they do pretty good on doing like 9-10% back on Viator. Because I strictly just use Rakuten because they give so much back on Viator. I used it a couple months ago.
Them and A Advantage Shopping, or Simply Miles, one of the two. I think it's A Advantage Shopping. Sometimes they'll have upgraded things on that. I've spent my way to American Airlines Gold status. I have that, Delta Silver, United Silver.
All right.
I got them all.
You know what? I had a few people when I got the A Advantage Executive card. I had a few people asking me, would it really be worth the annual fee? And because I'm one of those people, like at this point in my life, I'm going to an airport lounge, right? Whether I gotta pay to go in there or the card has me going in there, I'm going in the airport lounge. So if I fly American, I had no other access into the Admirals Club, right? So if I went, I just had to pay to go in there. So this is $79. So when I go to Cleveland in a couple weeks, $79. Me, my youngest son, my wife, there and back. That's half the annual fee already in one trip, right? That's half the annual wait. And I ain't even gonna say that. So I'm doing something that I generally don't do, and I'm renting a car because my family live all over the place, right? So in order to see everybody in the 5 days I'm there, everybody not come to the hotel, and I'm not one of those people that just hang out at a hotel. You know, I'm just not one of those people. So rent a car. With the A Executive card, you also get $120 back if you rent from Avis or Budget. So I rented a car from Avis, and you know, with the Platinum card, you get your I think it's called preferred customer or something like that. So you get some kind of status with Avis. So I already had that with the Platinum, and then I'm getting $120 off the rental. So the AA card, I've had it for less than a month. Or no, let me take that back. I've had it for just over a month, and I've already got enough benefits out of it worth the annual fee. And I just met the sub on it, so I'm good on that card at least for a year or so. Like at least for a year or so.
Nice.
And then remember, just like you said with those World Elite MasterCards, one of those might have given you what is it, Hertz President Circle.
Yep.
Right. True. That's true. That is true.
First President Circle comes in clutch.
Sure does. Especially, I mean, I travel to Florida. I know I'm the Florida crew right now, but being able to zip through the Orlando airport, those rental car lines are laughable. So being able to just get through like easy pass, I love that.
Listen, I just for what do you call it? For giggles, I did a redemption. Jeez. See, I'm still using credit cards and saying redemption. I rented a car from Hertz just to try it out here in Palm Beach. So I went there and I looked at Hertz President Circle and I didn't like anything in Hertz President Circle. So I was like, I don't want any of these cars. Can I just take whatever I want? So the guy was like, I guess. So I went in the reserve section. I took a Mercedes. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I did it. And then I got to the gate, and the lady was like, thank God it was a lady. And she was like, was this car in President's Circle? And then I just smiled. I was like, he said I could take whatever car I want. So she was like, She was like, I don't think you're supposed to take this car. And then I was like, ugh. I was just smiling, like, well, I'm in it. And she let me do it. So that was so much fun. I enjoyed it.
That's because you were nice.
Exactly.
Give it a smile. That gets you very far.
Very, very far. I use it when I need to. I don't do it all the time. When I need to, I use it.
Hey, Jackie, don't let him fool you. He's got muscles too. CJ's buff.
Yeah, CJ buff.
It's probably like, I got to get the cars over that way.
Oh man!
Hey, you know what? Jackie asked a question earlier about U.S. Bank. I just got approved for I ain't say just got approved, but last month when we went to the creator meetup, I got approved for Altitude Go. I mean, they gave me 9 G's off the rip, and I've never first time ever being approved for a car from them. So
from U.S. Bank, with no relationship with them.
No relationship at all. I just applied for that checking account today, like literally today, because I wanted that $450 bonus.
That's what's up.
I wrote it down. I wanted to.
$450. You put $8,000 in there, and you got 90 days to do it.
Yeah.
You got 3 months to put that in there. So, and not only that, I forgot about this. For the people that don't want to put $8,000 in there, there's a tier for $2,000 and one for $4,000 that you get a certain amount back, like $250, $350, and then the $450. So
that's awesome.
Easy money.
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas is coming up, man. I got to go check to get
for
the
sure. Yeah, for sure. Like for sure.
Real
and
talk.
I love the Doctor of Credit. The Doctor of Credit been my friend for like the past at least 5 years. I go on there, I see what the easiest bonus is to get, because I'm not trying to switch my direct deposit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just do an ACH transfer, get the bonus, and then close the account within 30 to 90 days. I'm not trying to pay this bank any money or any of that. I just want to do that and go about my life. And if it's a referral with no fees, I just keep it for eternity. You know what I mean? Refer people when they want it.
That's funny. Oh man.
Hey, we've been on here for an hour and a half. I had a live previous to this with Joe Barretto. I want to thank everybody for your time, whether you're watching this at home, watching it in an airplane, or, even you guys, right? I appreciate y'all. This is one of my first conversations with some of you. I hope not the last. And I really value stuff like this. I got my notepad out here. I wrote down a couple things. I got some homework. So thank you so much for your time.
Me too.
Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. But any parting thoughts? Anybody have any parting thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Stop using the term effective annual fee. It grinds my gears.
Okay. I love it.
Hey. I love an effective annual fee. But I hear you. I absolutely hear you. You know what? Stop getting, this is me being a little edgy. Stop getting cards that didn't fit your lifestyle, because you can get referral bonuses, and then when they change, say, oh, I'm canceling this card. Okay, that's it.
That's right.
Okay. Mine is, if you're sitting on the aisle seat of an airplane, do not put your seatbelt on until your row is full. Thank you.
I love that.
Well, for
Hey, I'm
me,
with Chad on the effective annual fee thing, man. That always burned me up, man. It scuffed my shoes. You know what I'm talking about? Like it just does, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, if the annual fee is $695 or it's $95, my bank account, it has to come out of my bank account. Like it has to come out of my bank account. And whether I'm getting a $300 Equinox credit or I'm getting a freaking $10 rideshare credit, that money is not going back in my bank account. It's not making the bank account grow. So in my opinion, there's no such thing as an effective annual fee. But I want to say I appreciate you, Key, for bringing me on here, and shout out to Chad, Jackie, Darius, CJ, Joe, Lonnie, and Nell, man. I appreciate everybody. And everybody subscribe to all of these YouTubers' channels.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Keith, for hosting this.
Wait a minute. What about Jackie and Darius?
Oh, my bad.
What I was gonna say is, for everybody out there, before you guys go out there and start applying for 2,000 credit cards, do your homework, do your due diligence, and see what card you need and what works for you, not what everybody's flexing out there. That's just
yeah,
for sure.
I feel attacked, but I understand what you're saying. I feel
Key.
Hot take from Key, speaking about airplanes. If I'm sitting behind you, keep your seat up.
Oh, no.
That part right there.
No, I can't. I'm not down with that one. I'm sorry.
I'm not down with that either.
I'll put mine back.
It's the short people that don't have a problem, you know?
Exactly.
Darius,
what are you, about 6'11"? Yeah.
Yeah, I am, man. I am. No, I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2".
Oh,
okay.
Gang.
I'll buy extra leg room.
Yeah, right.
The worst.
All right. Appreciate y'all. We can have a whole nother talk about pet peeves, it's sounding like. So we'll have to have you back. But thank you again for your time. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.